We are live. Let me get the chat open in a little window over here. Okay, I'm good.
Sick.
So,
You good?
yes, sir. Episode 39.
Episode 39 of Sonoran Sports Card. Okay, let's do it. Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 39 of Sonoran Sports Cards. Today, we're going to talk about two things the World Cup, which starts in 6 days, and then we're going to do our normal football stuff for week 10 and make those week 11 picks.
Yes, sir.
So,
Get it.
I like soccer a lot, right? And the World Cup, in my opinion, is probably like the biggest or coolest and biggest like sporting event, like period, because it only happens every 4 years. And it's the national teams, right? So you get your countries and a lot of people, like a lot of pride behind it. So
Yeah.
I don't know, crazy fans that you wouldn't see in like football or anything like that. Like truly crazy fans that seem like their whole life is dependent on how their teams do. So I love the World Cup, and what I thought we'd do was go over the groups, and two people move on from each group. So you get two teams that move on from the group stage. And how the group stage works is there's four teams put into a group, and they play each other once. And whoever has the most aggregate points after those three games moves on, and so does the second place team. So remember, you get in soccer 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 points for a loss.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, and then while I'm going over some of those teams that I think are going to do well, I thought I'd shout out some like young players, since this is a card thing.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Some young people that people should keep their eyes out for. Um, so I don't know, Mikey and I were wouldn't just like setting up and finding info on this. Google's got a really good setup for the World Cup right now. All you got to do is type in 2022 FIFA World Cup, and
Yeah.
it's like right there. Gives you the
That's
groups and
really
everything.
nice UI. Really well laid out.
Yeah, and so before we get into this, I just wanted to. So I love the World Cup, but I'm trying to temper expectations for this one because it's just a clusterfuck. Like truthfully, it's happening in Qatar, which, in case people don't know, is a country in the Middle East, and their government is not the best. Known for some pretty bad working conditions as far as the people that were setting up for the World Cup. Also, Qatar, being in the Middle East, is in the middle of a desert. The World Cup is normally in the summertime, so they flipped it over to the wintertime, which is causing a whole bunch of scheduling issues. So like obviously I'm big into the Premier League if you haven't figured that out through these 39 episodes. So I always look at it through a lens like that. And so what the Premier League had to do was they oh no, it switched cameras, didn't it?
Yeah, I
Bro.
just did.
Why?
You knew it did too. Like right when it happened.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. You back.
Yeah. So I always look at stuff through a Premier League lens, and what the Premier League is doing is they're just like halting their season. The last games they played were on Saturday. So their players are only getting 8 days to travel to their respective countries, get with their teams, practice a couple times, and then get over to
Yeah.
Qatar. So most of them are just going to Qatar like right away and then practicing over there. But like I feel like the first couple games are gonna be sloppy. Like I think the group stage is gonna be real sloppy because they're just not gonna have that
Time.
cohesiveness. Like the way the World Cup normally is the season ends, and then there's about a month of practice that the international teams are able to do with each other before the World Cup starts. And that also means that players that were injured can come back, but there's like some legit people that aren't going to be playing in the World Cup because they're like injured right now because they're in the middle of the season and they got a knock and they're going to miss the World Cup, which is like comes every 4 years. Like just imagine how much it means to those players. Go represent your country once every 4 years. Like
That's a big deal.
who knows? Who knows what you're going to be like in 4 years? Like people don't want to think like that, but truthfully, like who knows?
Yeah, it's
So the biggest one that I've notice is Reece James for England, who's their starting either left or right back. I can't remember which side of the field he plays on, but he's out, so that sucks. But we'll get to England. So I just wanted to, maybe temper expectations a little bit. Like it's still going to be a big phenomenon, but I think the soccer matches, the first couple games, might be a little sloppy. Hopefully, I'm wrong though.
Some
So
upsets
the first
maybe.
group, yeah. So the first group, Group A, the first group always has the host country. So Qatar is in it, even though they would not normally be in the World Cup, like based off of their FIFA rankings and performance. But since they're the
Yeah.
host country, they just get to be in it. And then there's Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands. So a pretty like not no super stacked team in there, but I definitely think the Netherlands and Senegal are the two best teams. I'd say the Netherlands is probably gonna win, and then Senegal be in second place in the group and move on. So I don't think there's not really. I looked over their rosters. There's not anybody of super note as far as like really young people. So but Senegal has some players that people better fans of the Premier League will recognize for sure. But what sucks about all these African countries like Senegal and stuff like that, the way the World Cup works and being able to like be like dual citizenship, a lot of the really good players for African countries like play for like European countries like France and Belgium and stuff like that. Like if you looked at the French national team that won the World Cup 4 years ago, like it was just made of like people with African descent. Like
Yeah.
literally, like Kylian Mbappe is from Cameroon. He's not from France, but his family moved there, and he chose to go with France because they're the better team. Um, so
Understandable.
that kind of sucks, but that's who I think is going to win that group would be the Netherlands and Senegal. Qatar is going to get smoked. I feel like unless there's some shady host country some calls going their way by the officials, but I definitely think Senegal and Netherlands are going to win that one. The next group, Group B, is probably the most interesting one for us people. There's England, Iran, the United States, and Wales. Um, so England is very clearly the best team there.
Yeah, isn't England like one of the best in the world? The best?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, they are one of the best teams in the world. Like definitely top five. There's a lot of debate as to who number one is. Like just because they don't play each other all that often, so you're just going off of like player performance and not necessarily team performance, so it's kind of
Right.
hard to dish it out. But yeah, England really good. Notoriously chokes at the end of the World Cup. Like we'll get to like the final four, final eight, and choke, but they're really good. They'll get out of the group first place, and I think the U.S. should feel pretty confident about being that second team. Wales will give us a run for their money since they have old Gareth Bale at this point. But U.S. should be good. And as far as like young people to look out for, England is full of them. They have Phil Foden from Manchester City, who's like early 20s. They have Jude Bellingham for Dortmund, who's like 19. And both those guys are gonna be, if not starting off the bench, Phil Foden's gonna start. I don't know if Jude is. He should, in my opinion, but there's always some weird old man favoritism in
Right.
stuff like that. And then the U.S. Do they have anybody young? I guess Ricardo Pepi, but he's a striker, and our striker position for the U.S. national team is like really rocky. So I don't know. There's not really
So
anybody
probably
I'd
not
look
worth.
at the
Yeah.
yeah, not really anybody in the U.S. level I'd look into. Like, I mean, Christian Pulisic is going to be our best player, but he's in his like mid to late 20s now, so his cards are already pretty crazy expensive, given that he's the best player from the U.S. and the U.S. is a huge card market. So,
Yeah.
um, but what's good about Group A being so like the Netherlands being the best team and they're like not much, they're like pretty good but not great, is that the second place team in Group B plays the place team in Group A in the first stage of the knockout. So that means the
Oh.
U.S. will probably get to play against either Netherlands or Senegal, which that's a matchup that I would probably think Netherlands are better than the USA, but we'd have a reason to believe that we could win that game. It wouldn't be like some crazy matchup. So
Right.
I could definitely see the U.S. getting at least to the round of eight, which is would be pretty big for us for sure.
Yeah.
And then the way I know England, if they do get first place in the group, would be playing the second place in Group A, from what I know. Yeah. All right, Group C: Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Argentina is very clearly the best team
Yeah,
here.
well, I was gonna say even I knew that.
Yeah, it's not even close. And they are obviously headlined by Messi, and this is Messi's final World Cup. I don't know if people know that. It's him and Ronaldo's final World Cup. So a lot of people have like the storyline pick. A lot of people are picking Argentina to win it all. Like they are that good of a club. Like that's not crazy to say by any means. But it's not just Messi anymore. They have a lot of they're a weird mixture of really old dudes and really young dudes. So I guess for their sake, I hope the young guys do really well too, because one of their best young players is named Julian Alvarez, and he plays for Manchester City too. So you know that would be cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think Argentine fans should feel really good about winning that group for sure. And then second place is kind of hard to pick. A lot of
Poland.
people just instinctively think Mexico like would be the second best team, which they probably are. But they're like old, man. Like
Poland, dude.
their team is just old. Poland has one amazing player and then like no one else. So that's, I mean, I'm just happy that Poland made the World Cup, so Robert Lewandowski can go. But yeah, I think it's gonna be Mexico probably.
Okay.
Group D. You got France, won it last year, so you gotta like them. Not last year, last World Cup, 4 years ago. Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. Denmark second place, France first. France, they're gonna have an issue though. I was looking into all the rosters and everything. Their midfield is gonna be kind of rough because Paul Pogba, who last World Cup was definitely their best midfielder, and N'Golo Kante, who's their best defensive midfielder. They're both not going, so that's pretty tough. Midfield is not a place that you want to be lacking. You don't really want to be lacking anywhere on the football field, but definitely not there. So they're just gonna have to go all out gunning, and I think they'll be able to do that in their group and win their group, and then Denmark in second.
Okay.
I know France has a young guy who's pretty interesting. I just can't remember his name. Like, what's hard about these teams is like some crazy ass names that I like legitly can't pronounce. Tukamini, I think is his last name. So we're just gonna go with Tukamini, and obviously they have Kylian Mbappe, who is gonna be their poster boy, and he is kind of the poster boy, him and Holland, of the entire card industry when it comes to
What'd you
soccer.
say his last name was?
The kid,
Yeah.
it's like Tukamini, TCH something. Oh,
Trying to.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Aurelian
yeah,
Tchouameni, Real Madrid.
yeah. Uh huh. Yeah, he just signed with Real Madrid, so yeah, he's somebody to watch. But France, really established greatness, so obviously they are going to be a team to look out for. Group E: Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, Japan. Mikey, do you think you could pick the winner, the two people in that group
Of
from the
Group
beginning?
E,
Yeah, Group E.
Costa Rica, Germany, Japan, Spain. I'm gonna go one Germany. 'Cause wasn't Germany real? I remember Germany being really good for some reason. I'm gonna go one Germany and
Mm-hmm.
two. I'm gonna say Costa Rica.
No.
No. Okay.
One, I would say one. Costa Rica's not a bad team, by the way. They're like 30th in the world,
Okay.
probably. I'd probably say Spain one, Germany
Oh,
two.
it's Spain. I thought Spain was bad for some reason.
No, Spain's really good. Spain's really young, and they should be like getting into their prime this World Cup. Germany is kind of old. That's why I would take Spain over them. But
Okay.
maybe in the group stage, the old team will win. But Spain, when we're talking about the hobby, has three people that are really young and should be like big contributors for them, and they're all from Barcelona. I think like they're all on Barcelona, and that's kind of how it works, right? Barcelona keeps a lot of that Spain talent,
Yeah.
whereas Real Madrid kind of like gets talent from all over the place. So Ansu Fati for Spain, Gavi and Pedri. Yeah, those are their three players, and they're all for Barcelona, and they are all like midfielders slash wingers. So they'll set up some goals, they'll get some assists, all that kind of good action. So I think Spain is a team that everyone should be watching just for like fun football. They historically Spain passes the ball a ton, like keeps the ball moving, totally dominates the game. But I think these young people should provide some fire. And then Germany, probably the last World Cup for Tony Cruz, who's not as big of like a name as Messi or Ronaldo, but still one of the best players of all time. So that'll be
Okay.
cool to watch. Group F: Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. Belgium number one, and Belgium's always the country that I root for. Like if it's in the Euros or the United States is out of the World Cup, I'm always rooting for Belgium because they have my favorite soccer player on their team. It's that guy right there, Kevin De Bruyne. So,
Oh yeah.
um, yeah, yeah, he plays for Manchester City and he's Belgium. I think they're like the second ranked team in the world right now too.
Okay.
Yeah, and they kind of have this golden generation of people because Belgium's a really small country, so the fact that they're really good at anything is kind of crazy, especially a team sport like soccer.
Right.
But they have this golden generation where there's Kevin De Bruyne, there's Romelu Lukaku, there's Aiden Hazard, there's Thibaut Courtois, who's their goalkeeper, but they're all kind of old, so this is like their last chance to do anything in the World Cup. So,
Okay.
and then second place probably Croatia. They made it all the way to the World Cup final 4 years ago. I truthfully don't know if they have any young people.
Wait, is that who France
Um,
beat?
yeah, it's who France beat.
Okay.
Which sucks for Canada because our Canadian brethren out there, I think got put in a really hard group. Like if Canada got put in like Group A, where we said was kind of weak, I would think they could have gotten second maybe. But in this group, no, I don't. I don't think there's a chance. Canada actually has a really good young player too. They have Alfonso Davies, who, um, if you were to combine the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, all of North America, I'd say Alfonso Davies is probably the best player out of all of them, which may be blasphemous for an American to say that, but I think that's true. Um,
Fair enough.
and he's only 21 too, so that's pretty cool. All right, Group G: Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and
I'm
Cameroon.
gonna assume Brazil's number one.
Yeah, pretty easy. Brazil is probably Brazil's probably the number one team in the world, like just straight up. Uh, they are nasty. When it comes to the World Cup, if you guys haven't put this together, it's really South America and Europe. I would that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I
all
thought.
the other
That's what I
countries,
picked
cool,
up
you're
on.
there. Yeah,
Like,
all the other countries
here's your
like cool, you're
participation
there.
trophy.
Yeah, but South America and Europe are really all that matters. And Brazil's nasty, and they got a lot of young people. They got Anthony for Real Madrid. They got Rodrigo. Sorry, no, Anthony from Manchester United. Rodrigo from Real Madrid. And they got their goalkeepers are really good. Allison Becker and Ederson. They're not young by any means, but they're really good. They're probably the two best goalkeepers in the world, and they're on the same team. Which sucks for one of them actually, that they don't get to play, and they're probably the second best goalkeeper in the world. And then Arsenal has Gabriel Martinelli. So there's a lot of really young people from Brazil
Let's
that
go
should be
Arsenal,
doing a
dude.
lot. Yeah, I know, right? And then I don't know, man. I guess Switzerland. I
No
truly
trust in
don't.
Cameroon, dude.
I mean, Cameroon. Now, Cameroon, as far as African countries, is actually pretty good. So they could make some noise. I think they have. I think Edouard Mendy is from there. I'm not sure who's the goalkeeper for Chelsea, and he's really good. He has kind of had a rough season this far, but is he from Cameroon or did I just make up that bullshit? No, he's from Senegal. Damn it.
Damn, dude, just
Whatever.
talking out your ass, dude.
Hey, at least I looked it up. All right. At least I didn't just roll with it. So let's say Switzerland. Let's go out of Group H. Group H: Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea.
I'm gonna guess Portugal's number one.
Obviously Ronaldo. So we're going Portugal, and then number two is probably Uruguay. So Portugal led by Ronaldo, but they also have a lot of really good other people. So for Manchester City, they have João Cancelo and Bernardo Silva. From Manchester United, they have Bruno Fernandes. So they have a lot of attacking talent. Their defenders, from what I remember, are pretty old. So Portugal is going to need to score a lot of goals, which I think they have the power to do. And then Uruguay is always pretty good, and they should have Luis Suarez, and then a new young guy who's just signed with Liverpool this year named Darwin Nunez is also from Uruguay. So there's your
So is
young
that
two to
one
look
to
out
watch
for.
right there?
Yeah, and those are all the groups. As far as who do I think is gonna win it all, I don't know, man. I want to be like, oh, the story of like Argentina or Portugal, but
Give me your top three teams.
Brazil,
Like one, two, and three. Not like just top three. Like one. Like who's your number one, number two, and number three?
like to win it, or like I think going into it, who's the best team?
Who's the best team?
Uh, Brazil is probably the best team. And then I'd say probably England and Argentina. I'm not sure what order to put those ones in, to be honest, but those would
Okay.
be the three that I would pick.
Okay.
I mean, like France and Belgium are really good, and Spain's really good, but so I could see any of those guys making some noise. Like if you want a sleeper team, like outside of the top five, I'd say it's probably Spain, but they're like not really a sleeper team, you know. The best team that's not going to be in it is Italy. Italy, I think, in FIFA World Cup rankings is like in FIFA international rankings is like sixth, and they didn't qualify for the World Cup
How did it not qualify?
because there's like games that you have to win. Like there's a qualification stage where you have to like you get like 8 games or so, and you have to. It's the point system, right? And they just simply didn't get enough points. They lost to like Northern Macedonia at one point. Like, yeah. So that's kind of crazy because they just won the Euros like a year and a half ago, and they're not even in the World
So
Cup,
they would
which
make some
is
noise at the World Cup, but they just like,
yeah, like
yeah,
legitly, yeah. Like I think they're better than like Portugal and stuff like that, and they're just not there. It's kind of wild.
that's rough.
Yeah. So first game that you guys can watch if you're interested in watching the World Cup is Sunday. It's between the host country Qatar and Ecuador. It's the only game on that day. It's kind of like a celebratory, like, "Yay, World Cup starting, and here's our team." It's they're gonna be like really early, guys. The games are because we got to remember
Yep.
these are halfway across the world. So that game's at like 9 a.m. on Sunday, and then the next day has the other game in Group B and the other game in Group A and the two games in Group B. So that's when the United States plays is Monday, November 21st at 12 p.m. So right at lunchtime, they play Wales in their first game. So I think that game's gonna be really good. I'd pick the
Yeah.
U.S., but I wouldn't bet my money on it because I think Wales is pretty good too. But yeah, so that's what you guys should look out for. Go United
Oof.
States. Hopefully, let's make it out of the group stage. That's the goal.
Week after that, games start happening at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, I
Oof.
totally yeah.
Oof. Argentina plays at 3 a.m.
Yeah, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, like who cares about?
Yeah.
I mean, that game's gonna be like 6-0 probably.
Who's
Um,
gonna wake up for that?
I'm trying to see like when the first like must-watch game
Yeah,
is.
3 a.m. I'm trying to see the first
Uh,
watch 3 a.m. game.
I mean the first game in group or second game in Group A between Senegal and Netherlands. We said those were the two good teams, so that might be all right. But
There's not really any 3 a.m. games where I'm like, dang, that's probably gonna be a good game.
yeah, man, they probably planned that. Belgium, Canada is at 12 p.m. on next Wednesday. That should be all
Yeah.
right.
Morocco and Croatia. Croatia should just smash them, right?
Yeah, Morocco's pretty small. Morocco has, I think they have one player. Wait, no, he's from Algeria. Never mind. I don't know anybody on Morocco.
That's rough.
Yeah, that's tough. That's an L. Yep.
But
All
yeah,
right. That's World Cup.
that's the
Let's
World
do
Cup, guys.
let's do some football.
Yes, sir. All right.
Let's skip ball.
Do
And
do our normal little game update. I do have a plan over here on my side. Currently tied with the Monday Night Football game 7-7. So I'm actually surprised that the Commanders
Eagles.
are putting up a fight. Yeah.
It's those division games, man.
Yes, sir.
This week 10 was a classic. Another week of football is crazy this year. Like trying to pick games is insane.
Yeah. It's a
And of course, we picked this year to do this. Um, yeah. So why don't you take us away, Mikey?
yes,
Thursday
sir.
night football.
All right. So we will just start out with the first game of Week 10, and that's
We both got this one wrong.
That's the Falcons at the Panthers. I think this is another example. I'm not saying the Falcons are really worth anything as a team right now, but with how they've been performing, like this is what Casey was talking about. How it's like the Falcons should have won that game, and the Panthers just beat them 25-15. Like it's hard to predict the Panthers to beat the Falcons right now.
Yeah, Panthers got absolutely curb stomped the week before by the
Yeah.
Bengals, and then come out and win. You know,
That's all
whatever.
they need to do, I guess. So yeah, me and Casey both chose the Falcons there, and there's really nothing really to note in that game. I'm kind of happy I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Next up was the Seahawks at the Buccaneers. We both
This is
chose
that
the
Germany
Seahawks.
Germany game.
Yep.
Germany game, and this just like I think what this really proves is that if you bet at all, never bet on a game in Europe.
Yeah.
All right, just don't even because that's just based off of like who wakes up well,
Yeah.
who handles the big change in time and all that kind of stuff. And Geno Smith did his
Dude,
part. Like he honestly did pretty well.
He's playing out of his fucking mind,
They
man.
could not run the football, which would
No.
be their big problem. Yeah.
10 carries.
He's been going crazy lately. 10 carries, 17 yards. That's pretty rough.
1.7
And that was the big story.
yards
The
a carry.
Bucks could run the ball, who like notoriously are terrible at running the football. So at least this year. So they got like 160 yards on the ground.
Yeah, from Rashad
Tom
White,
Brady didn't look
whoever that is.
terrible.
I've actually never seen that name before.
Yep. Yeah. So I don't think this says a lot. Like I'm not saying, oh, Tom Brady's back or anything like that, or the Seahawks are out. I just think that time slot and playing in Europe.
It's just too many factors that go into it to really take it into account.
Yeah. So in case you guys are keeping track, we are both 0-2.
Yeah. We're doing really good. After that, we have the Lions at the Bears. Casey chose the Lions, and I chose the Bears. Feels
Let's
bad.
go! Lions 31, Bears 30.
Yeah. That's close game though. 31-30 though. That's
Yeah, Justin Fields running all over the place. He has to be. I don't know. Like I know Lamar is crazy, but like these stats he's putting up look like the best rushing quarterback in the league. Like period. But,
I think he just realized that he just can't throw the ball, so he's like, I'm just gonna run it from now on.
well,
I
he
mean,
needs,
it's
like,
working.
No one to throw to either. But there's a while where Dante Pettis was his number one.
They got Chase Claypool now, dude.
Oh yeah, out there with one catch, 8 yards.
Darnell Mooney's pretty good, but
Yeah, he would be like a good 2-3, not a 1.
yeah.
And then the Lions just like did enough, you know. Amon-Ra St. Brown did really good, but that's about it. Like it's not like I look at their stats and I don't see how they got 31 points.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, two rushing touchdowns, one passing, receiving.
Yeah, they must have had.
Oh, that's passing. Yeah, interception, one interception. I don't know if it was a pick six or not, but
Well, they just kicked a lot of field goals. I guess I don't know. Yeah. So shout out to two bad teams and the Lions winning out of the bad team battle.
Next up, we have the Browns at the Dolphins. Me and Casey both took the Dolphins on this one, which was a good thing to choose because they blew out the Browns 39-17.
Their offense, like I think, is gonna be like one of the best offenses of all time when this series over. Dude, like
The receiving stats, yeah.
Yeah, it's nasty. And then, but I don't like Tyreek Hill had a bad game.
Oh yeah,
like bad game, and he still had 44 yards in the touchdown. Like, but that's like.
Jeff Wilson.
That bad. And then look at Jeff Wilson. And
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Running backs are from our team.
I'm really happy that they're over there doing good with Mike McDaniel, dude. Makes me happy.
Yeah, that's a nice little story. Those homies combined for 25 carries, 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jeff Wilson himself, 17 carries, 119 yards, 1 touchdown, 7 yard average. That's wild. And two out here slinging it, three
Yeah.
passing touchdowns. My boy.
25 for 32. Wow.
Yeah, just so everyone is like clear on what I'm doing. This week I'm going to be selling all of my ungraded Tua cards and then holding the graded ones a little bit longer. But I'm gonna try and recoup my money on the ungraded ones. I think now's a good time to sell.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and
Dolphins
then
blew out
hold
the
those graded
Browns.
ones.
I mean, that's really all there was to it in that game. And like Casey said, Tua had an amazing game. We both chose the Finns there. Next up, we have the Broncos at the Titans. What a football game that is, dude.
Yeah, like there should just be, I don't know. You should get like your money back for your NFL subscription, like for games like that. They should just give you a small chunk of it back and be like, you know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for this too.
Casey and I both chose the Titans. It bothers me that the Titans are 6-3 because I really don't feel like they're a 6-3 team.
No, they're like they win ugly ass games. Like it's gross football to watch, bro.
Ryan Tannehill's back.
Yeah, my boy Nick Westbrook Akina out here, 5 catches, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And then, so yeah, me and Casey both chose the Titans there. Broncos continue to be awful. Um,
Broncos country, let's ride.
let's ride. Next up, we have the Vikings at the Bills. This is the one game, besides the 49er game, of course, that I actually watched from start to finish. That was the best football game that I have seen in a long time.
Yeah, people are saying game of the year already, and it's week 10.
It was real good, man. It was that fourth quarter, like the last 2 minutes, was actually just nuts. Josh
Yeah,
Allen fumbled it on his own one. Vikings recovered it for a touchdown to take the game to overtime.
and Justin Jefferson is nasty. And I know we've said that multiple times on this
And we're going
podcast,
to keep
but
saying it.
yeah, it just needs to be repeated. If you guys have not watched his catch yet from this game, go watch that shit. All right,
Yeah, so
like,
I,
I
I've been on the Justin Jefferson hype train saying that he's really good, and then this is my first time where I actually got to watch an entire Justin Jefferson game, dude, and that guy is actually nuts. Like after watching that game, I was talking to Patrick about it. He is the best wide receiver in the NFL right now, like no contest. I don't like even
yeah,
with
it's
Tyreek
either
Hill's stats, I don't care. Like,
no, yeah, they're very, very different. Like it's very hard to compare them, other than the fact that they play the same position. Like
yeah,
Tyreek Hill, super shifty, super small, gets open. Justin Jefferson is just a ball winner, and he gets open all the time too. Like it's like I don't know. Like, are you afraid of Adam Thielen? I'm not. Like
no.
if I were the Vikings, I'm like we're just gonna double Justin Jefferson, or like if I were
Adam
somebody
Thielen
playing
has
him,
that
I'd be like,
potential, though. He's shown that he has that
yeah,
potential.
I know.
So,
But if I were playing him, I'd just be like double Justin Jefferson, and he that's what happens,
yeah.
and he still catches the ball a ton. Like boy had 10 catches, 193 yards, and
But
a
yeah,
touchdown, and
catch
that
he's
catch was wild.
talking about the defender actually grabbed it with one hand and was looking like he was almost going to intercept it, and Justin Jefferson ripped it out of his hand in the air, and as he hit the ground, managed to keep the ball off the ground with just one hand gripping the football and just brought it to his chest. It was
He's
nuts,
a
man.
monster. And on the other side of the ball, I feel like there's something that needs to be said. Like Josh Allen has shown in these super close games that really matter. I'm not gonna say he chokes, but he doesn't have the best record in games like this. Like
Yeah,
that overtime drive, throws a pick, fumbles the ball in regulation, all that kind of stuff. Like kind of nasty.
he was playing amazing throughout the
But
entire game. Both of his picks were pretty fucking ugly, though, to be honest. Especially that last one in
yeah,
the
but
fourth quarter.
you know us. We love Josh Allen on this.
Oh
We
yeah,
love Josh Allen on this podcast. We love
yes
Justin Jefferson on
sir.
this podcast. So.
I'm not even bashing
All right.
Josh Allen. He's still amazing. But yeah, this is the
Yeah, we both picked the
Vikings.
Bills, right?
Yeah, we both took the Bills, so which I think was a not outrageous choice. So,
No, no, definitely not.
but Vikings are the real deal. That's what I saw in that game. Their defense is really bad, but their offense is very good. Um.
Yep. And they're gonna win that division for sure.
Oh yeah,
Like
that's not even
huge.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Next up, we have the Texans at the Giants. Again, one of those games where it's just like, why? Any game that the
I
Texans
know.
are in is just why, to be honest.
Yeah, just chalk up a win for the other team and move on. I don't know.
Yeah, with the Giant.
Um,
Giants won
Giants
that
are
game
pretty
as
good
they
too.
should
They're
have.
7-2, bro.
Yeah, they're doing good.
Yeah, they're 7-2, and ah, dude, I don't
You see
like. I know
Saquon
it's
Barkley's carries.
Saquon's like last year on this contract, and they are running that poor boy into the ground.
35 carries, dude. That's actually
Yeah, and
nuts.
35 carries and one catch, so 36 touches and 160 total yards. Like he's awesome in a touchdown. So if you had him on fantasy, you're loving that. But if you have him on dynasty, I would be like, ah. I mean, this is good this year, but I don't know if he's gonna be alive after this. Like
Dude, it's so...
they are running that boy in the ground.
Daniel
But
Jones
yeah,
played
I mean, you
okay.
should pick the Giants to win. We picked the Giants to win,
Yeah.
and that's what happened.
Yes, sir.
Texans have the, this much.
Damian Pierce had
They have
another good
absolutely
game.
nothing. They
That's
have a
worth
good,
mentioning.
yeah. They have a good rookie running back, Damian Pearson. That's it. Everything else, they are.
Yeah, it's bad. But yeah, so the Giants beat the Texans. Casey and I both took the Giants. Next up, we have the Chiefs at the Jaguars at the Chiefs. We both picked the Chiefs, and I mean that's what you would expect to happen. Patrick Mahomes had himself a game again. I think he had 4 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait, no,
Just 4 touchdowns.
just 4. Okay, yeah, he had 4 touchdowns, and Kelsey was his top receiver per norm.
Yep.
And that's it.
He is that good. And then there's just a little bit of everybody else, right? 60
Yeah.
yards for Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 57 yards for Kadarius Toney, 56 yards for Jerick McKinnon. They're just spreading the ball around. Like people are
Yeah.
wondering what they're going to do without Tyreek, and that's exactly it. They're going to get Travis Kelsey the ball and then just spread it around everybody else.
Yep. Juju Power had a bigger game, but he got. I think this is the game that he got like knocked unconscious, basically.
Yeah. I don't
Um.
think Juju's going to play next week, from what I've seen. Trevor Lawrence didn't have a bad game by
Yeah,
any means.
I was gonna say he played well. So
Yeah, almost had 75% completion percentage, 2
Chris-
touchdowns, no picks. So.
Christian Kirk earning that paycheck with his stats. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I mean he did one better.
But yeah,
paid enough.
I'm actually surprised Trevor Lawrence played so well. Good on him.
Yep. Next game up, Steelers Saints.
Saints at the Steelers. We both chose the Saints, and of course,
The Steelers won, and like God,
what a
another like why the fuck
garbage
do we have
time.
to watch
Yeah, fucking garbage time.
that?
A lot of
It's
garbage
like
time
just,
games
like-
this week, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't even want to talk about
You
this
gotta get
game.
'em
You
out
know,
of the way, I
Steelers
guess.
beat the Saints. We're gonna move on. I don't even want to talk about it. Like there's nothing to talk about on those two teams. Next
I
up,
love your point there. Next game, Colts Raiders.
so
Colts 25.
this game
Raiders
I actually
20.
watched like the more towards the end of it. Mainly because I just wanted to see Jeff Saturday's head coaching debut and see how if the team looked any different. And I think they looked better on offense for sure. So, and he actually ended up putting Matt Ryan back in the game during the game. So,
Yeah, he looks like he played pretty much the whole game. And Jonathan Taylor finally, I saw that on my fantasy lineup. Finally had himself a game. I've been waiting, bro. I was starting to get trade offers from people, and I was like, I can't trade Jonathan. And they were pretty good trade offers, but I was like, I can't trade Jonathan Taylor on the down right now, man.
Yeah.
Like, and he finally had a game where, whew, he's back. I
Yes,
hope
sir.
he's back. I hope this.
I don't
is-
I think the entire team just looks better with Jeff Saturday as coach. So maybe that head coach was the problem. Maybe they made the right choice.
Yeah, there always seems to be like in the middle of a season when a coach gets fired, always a little bump, like the team little morale boost. I
Yeah.
don't know, it's weird, but yeah, Jeff Saturday getting hired out of absolutely nowhere, zero coaching experience
Yeah.
whatsoever.
And he's very open about that in his introduction press conference
Yeah,
thing.
who'd we pick in that game?
We picked the
Both
Colts. Yeah.
Okay.
And neither of us trust the Raiders anymore for good reason. And what's
Next
great
one,
what's great about that real quick is Jeff Saturday tweeted like 6 weeks ago or like no, not 6 like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
He just put wow, the Raiders look horrible and then he takes over the Colts and beats the Raiders and proves his point. No coaching experience. Big old meme. But yeah, so next up on the docket we had the Cardinals at the Rams. I think I chose. Yeah, okay, you're gonna win this week. You chose the Cards. I chose the Rams.
You know me, I love me some Colt McCoy.
Oh boy, I'm so honestly. I just hope Kyler gets benched because of this, bro.
Yeah, guys. So Cardinals versus Rams. The quarterback matchup you got was Colt McCoy versus John Wolford. All right, bro. Like,
So I turned
ugh.
I turned this game on by accident when I was trying to get to the a different game. And when I opened this game, I started watching it. I was like, "Oh yeah, Cardinals Rams." And then I saw both quarterbacks, and I was like, "I'm good, bro. I'm gonna hard pass on this one."
Can't blame you, man. I honestly can't blame you. Yeah, I don't like. Have you ever seen a Super Bowl winning team look this bad? Like a
No,
year afterwards?
they look totally lost. Like it's bad.
Like I know they didn't have Matthew
Like
Stafford, but it's not like they were doing good with him before.
like
Like
I
they're three
thought
and six, guys.
like I thought they might
This is
like I
bad.
thought they were gonna like start warming up after like the first 3 or 4 weeks, but we're in week 10, dude, and they still look horrible. Like they don't even look like they've warmed up at all.
Yeah, and they're running out of. Well, I think they've ran out of time to be quite honest with you.
Yeah,
But
so do I.
yeah, DeAndre Hopkins did pretty good. Rondell Moore did really good for him. So yep. I don't know. I don't give a shit about either of these teams. In fact, I don't like either of these teams, given that they're 49ers rivals. So
Yeah. But yeah, so next up we have the Cowboys at the Packers. Another one of those games where the Packers have looked awful. We both picked the Cowboys, by the way, obviously.
let's go.
Um, I'm just gonna come out and say that I still think that Mike McCarthy is a bad head coach. Just
I
like
think
I said,
everyone.
like I always said, he was the problem in Green Bay, man. Because like he always like he'll make teams look good in the regular season, and then as soon as it becomes like important games, he is garbage. His play calls are just absolute trash. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was tough to watch, man, and I think everyone in the world thinks the same thing that you do. That the
like,
Cowboys or that Mike McCarthy
like,
sucks.
I don't know how he held the pack. I think he's part of the reason Aaron Rodgers only has one Super Bowl. To be honest with you, he
Yeah,
wasted
could
so much
very
of
well
his
be.
prime.
CeeDee Lamb had a good game for the Cowboys. And then that young rookie kid for the Packers, Christian Watson, had himself a day. 3 touchdowns, four
Yeah,
catches.
maybe that's something warming up for Aaron Rodgers. Maybe that'll be good for them.
Yeah, he might have himself a deep threat there, which is
Yeah,
pretty important for him. But they also got the running game going, which is another huge thing for them because they have two really good running backs and they haven't been able to do shit with it
yeah.
this year. So
They've
they
worked
got over
Aaron
200 yards on the ground. So
Aaron Jones 24 carries and 2 receptions. He got a lot of touches that game.
yes, sir. Maybe the Packers are back, but they're 4-6, so they're gonna have some work if they're trying to get in the playoffs. That's for sure. Because
Oh yeah.
they're not catching the Vikings, so they're
Tony,
gonna have
Tony
to go for
Pollard
that
actually
wild
played
card.
well too. 22 carries, 115 yards.
Hmm. Then we got our game, Sunday Night
Yes,
Football, Michael.
sir. Niners. They didn't look as good
No,
early
they had a
on.
really, really hard time
Like,
scoring. Like they'd get the ball in the
yeah,
red zone
like
and
our
couldn't do
offense
anything.
looked good and they can get down the field, but then they just like would just fall apart at the end and just couldn't get anything done.
Yeah, can't say
Um,
Mikey and I were super happy with the very beginning of the game.
yeah,
Chargers just walked down the field and scored a touchdown. I'm like, oh, okay, all
yeah, it
right.
was awful. And then I think really the moral of this entire game was Jimmy Garoppolo. He played okay, like he didn't make any massive mistakes, and that's all I asked for from Jimmy Garoppolo. Brandon Ayuk had a lot of clutch catches in this game.
Yeah, Ayuk looked real good when
Yeah,
he came in.
and then really our defense is really the reason we won the game because our defense basically just shut them out in the second half. Our defense allowed I think 54 yards overall in the second half.
Hmm. I mean, they did shut them out in the
Yeah,
second half, 0 points.
yeah. Justin Herbert was like literally constantly scrambling, like the entire game.
Yeah, we kicked way too many field goals though to make me feel good, but we had 3 field goals, 2 touchdowns. I don't know. And like I was saying, it seemed like we'd get down to the red zone really easy and then just like have nothing, not be able to move the ball at all.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was
And
weird.
and you'd think with the people that we have, we should have some pretty good red zone threats.
Oh
But
yeah, we should be one of the best red zone teams in the NFL. To be honest with you.
yeah, Elijah Mitchell's back though. He had
Yeah.
himself a pretty good game.
Yes, sir.
Dre Greenlaw got ejected,
Oh
so
yeah. For I didn't see the
that's
good
just it was stupid.
replay of it when I was watching. I was distracted, so I can't really make too much of a comment because you said that someone pushed a player, and so I didn't see that and
Yeah,
stuff.
like Jimmy Ward like pushed like hit the player first and that and Greenlaw was already going for a hit, so it like changed the position of the player, and so it was just like head-to-head contact. Like I don't definitely don't think he tried to. I just think it happened.
Right.
So to even get a penalty for that, questionable, and he got ejected. And what's interesting is that the referee that like they have in the booth to like comment on it was also agreed with me. He was like, I
Yeah.
don't even think this is a foul, and then they ejected the guy, which is crazy, but
Yep.
whatever. We won anyway, so
That's all
yay
that
us!
matters.
Bang bang bang.
Number one defense showing out again.
Give us a little update on the game that's going on right now, my
Yeah,
brother.
current update on the game going on right now. It is 14-10 Eagles in the
Yeah, and the Commanders
Washington.
just kicked a field goal.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. But
Yep.
yeah, so we'll see.
So
What me and Casey both chose the Eagles though, so it doesn't matter. So Casey has won this week easily.
let's go. All right, let's do some Week 11 picks, my brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, Thursday Night Football, Titans versus the Packers. Give me Aaron Rodgers. Give me the Packers.
It's in Lambeau. I'm gonna take you too. I think Aaron Rodgers got the heat back. We'll see.
Okay, next game up.
Bears,
Falcons.
Falcons. Give me the Bears. I'm gonna go with running the ball from Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm gonna pick too. I guess I don't know. Like that's a toss up, me honest, but whatever. Next game, Eagles Colts. Eagles. I mean,
Yeah.
gonna keep picking them until
Until they lose.
schedule falls off. Yeah.
Next up, we have the Jets at the Patriots.
I think the Jets are the better team. Honestly, I do think so.
They have a good They have like
But the Patriots,
they have the seventh or
Patriots
eighth
ditched the
defense.
Jets 24/7. But give me the Jets, I guess. Sure, why not?
I'm gonna go
I'll take
Pats.
the Jets.
I'm gonna give us a split. I'm gonna go Pats.
All right. Commanders, Texans, Commanders.
Commanders, yeah, Jesus.
Like we said, never pick the Texans. Rams, Saints. Bro. Just reading Commanders, Texans, and then Rams, Saints, like those two games, like and then like God, that's bad. Whew. uh, uh, Saints? I don't know. Yeah, I'll take the Saints, I guess. I don't know.
I'm trying to see what Matthew Stafford's status is.
I mean, the Saints did just put up 10 points, bro, so maybe I haven't made a bad call.
I'm gonna go Rams because I think because I guess Matthew Stafford almost played in this game, so he'll be back next week probably. So I'm gonna go Rams.
Yeah. Browns, Bills.
Who'd you go?
I said Saints.
All right, I'll go Rams. So we got a couple splits now. Next up, Browns, Bills. Give me the Bills.
Yep. Thank you. Next up, Panthers, Ravens.
Give me the Ravens. Give me Lamar.
Giants, Lions.
Give me the Giants.
Giants. Raiders, Broncos. Oh my God. Raiders, Broncos, or Bullet.
I think the Broncos still have a pretty good defense.
Like I just look at both teams and I'm like, you shouldn't be this bad.
Like the Broncos I think the Broncos right now have like a top 10 defense.
I think the Broncos also have the worst team to watch. Period. Of like all of them. There's like never exciting games.
You know, I'm gonna go Broncos. No, I'm gonna go Raiders. I'm going Raiders.
Ooh.
I think Josh Jacobs and I don't know. It's hard for me to go with the Broncos, man. Like Broncos country, let's ride. Like no.
You know, I'm gonna let Russ cook on this one. All right, bro. Jeez.
All right.
We're gonna see what Russ is cooking
All
on
right.
Sunday.
All right. Next up we got Cowboys at Vikings. Give me the Vikings.
This should be a good game. They're two pretty good teams. Honestly,
Mike McCarthy
record-wise
sucks.
and everything. That's true. So let me give me the Vikings too. For that reason. Bengals, Steelers. Steelers look bad, like really bad, like just like actually bad.
Bengals are one of the best. Steelers one of the best teams in the game right now, dude.
On Joe?
Chiefs, the Chargers. Give me the Chiefs.
Yes, sir.
And then we got the Monday night game, 49ers.
In Mexico, by the way.
49ers at the Cardinals. So it's in Mexico, so it's not that far, at least.
It's like Mexico City, so it's kind of far. But
I mean, it's not. It's not in
like,
Europe.
time zone wise.
Yeah. I'm
I'll
gonna
go
go.
Niners.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Niners. Yeah.
Niners are the better team, and we're not homers here. The Cardinals look really shaky, and who knows who their quarterback's going to be in that
Yeah.
game. So Niners, please.
It says Casey is super quiet. Well, he's maxed out, so I don't know.
Who said that?
David.
Oh, crap. Yeah, I don't know. Just yell, I guess. But that was our picks.
Yeah, that's our picks,
Got a
and
couple splits there, like three of them, I think.
yeah.
So
So we should,
definitely shouldn't tie.
and I think that yeah, we're not gonna tie. There's no way. Like, well, we can't tie if we have 3 splits. So, all right.
Good job.
Let's
We can't tie unless they tie. Let's open some packs.
open some packs. Give you guys that
Okay,
close up of Casey.
so those that are listening during the edit portion of this, we're going to be opening some soccer and some football because that's what we talked about. And there's going to be a little surprise thrown in there for David.
A little surprise.
A little pack surprises for. Oh no, that was about to be. That was really bad. I said it was about to be really bad, and then it happened anyway. So that's sick. Okay, let's switch back over camera wise to this one. Let's turn off the light. There we go. Bang bang, Niner gang.
Bang bang.
Bang bang. Oh, did I just ruin the surprise?
Yeah.
I know. Yep. All right.
Sure did.
So everybody, what we're gonna open. We are going to be opening some soccer packs. So we have 2021 Tops Champions League. All right, we got 4 of those. Should run you about $4 a pop. We're going to be opening one 2021 Don Russ Soccer Road to FIFA World Cup Qatar Hobby Pack, which
Okay.
should run you about
Casey, move the
25.
camera a little more up. Just a
A
smidge.
little more up. Like this way?
Yeah, right there.
Up
You just had
this
it.
way.
Up that, up that way. Yeah, that's good. I don't know if you can
Okay.
go up like that. Okay. I turned myself down, David. Let me know how it is. I don't know what to do about Casey. I don't remember what we did last time to fix it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's frustrating, but whatever. Then we're gonna open 5 Pokemon Brilliant
Your
Stars
camera,
Sword and
Casey.
Shield packs. What, bro? Why did that happen? It's turning into a bit of a cluster right now.
It's all right.
And then our Select Blaster for football, like we've always been opening. So let's start with soccer, and then we'll go
That's
Pokemon,
for you, David.
and then football.
And Pokemon, dude.
Let's just get an auto, all right? Let's get an auto somewhere. Brahim Diaz, Omar Richards for Bayern, rookie. Sergio Aguero, Luis Suarez, Chavi Simons, Cole Palmer, rookie card. That's kind of cool. Benjamin Sesko, that's really cool, actually. And then a Romelu Lukaku, which we talked about for Belgium right there. I don't know what this is. Road to St. Petersburg, which is where the Champions League final was supposed to be held, and
Let me
then wasn't
let me know if that
because
helped, David.
for my audio.
Yeah, I'm just messing with stuff, seeing if I can't get it to turn up. Found something. I tried to turn it up to see if that changes it.
Henan Lodi, Eduard Mendy, Daniel Malin, Luka Modric for Croatia right there. Jonathan David. So this is Canada's probably second best player. Jonathan David, another young forward for them.
Casey,
Edison Cavani.
I just want to point out, I would say try not to move your camera and take a picture of it or something to see where the angle's at, because this is like perfect. Like the cards are reading perfectly. Like I can actually read that name.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool. Pepe, and then a future stars of Anthony, who we also talked about for Brazil. So this is kind of cool that we're getting a lot of players that I mentioned already. So that's cool.
All right, cool. David said the sound got better.
What'd you do?
There was in my sound mixer, OBS's volume was turned down, like the actual OBS client. So I turned that up,
Mm.
and I guess that was.
Suso. Well, that's crazy. John Stones. Tony Cruz. Talked about him. Said it might be his last World Cup. Alfonso Davies. Talked about him for Canada. Said he was their best player. Mohamed Darami. I don't know where you're from. And then future star Sandro Tonali. Last Champions League pack. Renato Sanchez, Paul Pogba, Francisco Conceição. Citizens of England and Manchester City scoring for club and country right there. So you have Phil Foden and Raheem Sterling, who are both going to be starting for England, and then we're both on Manchester City. Raheem Sterling is now on Chelsea, actually. Ivan Perisic, Christian Nkunku, N'Golo Kante, and then a Flags of Foundation Ansu Fati, who you remember we talked about for one of the young players for Spain that we
Yes,
said was
sir.
on Barcelona.
I remember that name.
Yeah. All right. So I'd say we actually got some nice rookie cards out of that one. As far as like, let's see, who were the people I was excited about? Anthony, Jonathan David, Benjamin Sesko, and Cole Palmer. Like all those are pretty good rookies. So
Yeah.
averaged one good rookie for each pack we opened. So we'll take that. Take that.
David,
Um.
where you at right now?
Oh
How
yeah. Are
far?
you at home or where? Our buddy David is moving across country, so we're just trying to see. All right, 2021 Donruss Soccer, the road to FIFA World Cup Qatar. We are going to the Qatar, Michael. I thought this pack was probably pretty fitting to open
I feel
today.
like some countries should straight up just be banned from hosting.
Yeah, no, for real. Julian Brandt, Vinny, Marco Verratti, Matthias Delict, Marcus Rashford, Romelu Lukaku, Timo Werner, James. My name is James James Rodriguez. Matthias Vinha, rookie card. I don't even know who you are. Sorry. Apparently, he plays for Uruguay. Robin Olsen, Jens Kajuste for Sweden. Jose Macias for Mexico. That sounds like Mexico, yeah. Ui Jo Huang for Korea, rookie card.
I like that jersey.
We got Lucas Martinez Qatar for Argentina, rookie card. Han Benderak, Federico Valverde, and then now we're getting to our Chrome cards. Marcelo Brozovic, Lionel Messi,
He's all right.
Aiden Hazard, João Felix, Victor Nilsson Lindelof, and do we get a rated rookie? We do from the Netherlands. Hollow Owen Windal. Oh, we got a silver. Do I recognize the? No. Oh, Unai Simeone. He's the goalkeeper for Spain, so I should have actually recognized who that was, to be honest. Zero gravity. For wait, his name's Everton. I don't even know who that is, bro.
That's a cool card design. It's unique.
Yeah. So we got Marvels, Louis
Oh, I
Muriel.
like that one a lot. It's like comic
We
book.
got a throwback, Philip Coutinho. We got another. We got Craftsman, Angel Di Maria for Argentina. Also going to be his last World Cup. He's old as shit. And then zero gravity. It looks like we got a zero gravity press proof of Luis Diaz for Colombia. He plays for Liverpool. But down there it says press proof, so that means it's like a more limited run of the
Oh,
zero gravity cards. So
okay.
nothing really all that special out of that pack, to be quite honest with you guys. Definitely the Champions League ones did us a lot better than that one did.
Oh yeah.
We have one more of those Road to Qatar Donrusses that will open probably next week or at some other point in the World Cup, but we don't have a lot of soccer. So next one up, Pokemon Sword and
Pokemon.
Shield. We got 5 of these packs. These are Brilliant Stars. Again, the same one that we opened the last time we did Pokemon. Supposed to be like the best of the stuff you can get, so that's why we keep opening it. And then from what I know about Pokemon, there's only one card in each pack that actually could mean anything. So we're just gonna skip right through Carablast, Mincino, Turtwig, Piplup, Shroomish, Collapse Stadium Trainer card, and then a Muck. Wow, that's sick, bro. Sick, bro.
A stadium card might be worth it, dude.
Yeah, I bet. We want Charizard. All right, that's what we want. We're jocks who want Charizard. Shroomish, Starly, Execute, Trapinch, Gibble, Crawdont, Little Hollow, Dusknoir. I think that might be a reverse hollow, so that might actually be worth something. I don't know. Maybe I'm full of shit though, but I think
Never
that might be
know.
worth something. Woo! Let's go, Pokemon!
Digimon, dude.
I mean, Digimon is sick, but Mincino, Chimchar, Chimicho, Golett, Corfish, Clefable, and then a bunch of
Absolutely
shit.
nothing.
Absolutely nothing. We did get a stage 2 of Clink Clang, bruh. Don't say nothing when you don't even recognize the stage 2 in there. I'm like, oh, jeez. I'm just gonna give these to my students, like straight up, all of them.
Did they play Pokemon?
I don't know, somebody probably does. Unless we get a sick VMAX somewhere in here, which we haven't gotten any VMAX cards, so hopefully that changes for us. Staryu, Magmar, Throw, Halucha, Buzil, Energy, Double Turbo Energy, Michael.
What a pool. That's the highlight
Yeah,
right there,
oh my,
boy.
bang!
Bunch of fire emojis, dude. Clickbait.
Woo! Fire emojis in the chat. Please give us a VMAX here. Whimscough, I think is the name of the Pokemon that's on the front. Please give us a VMAX. Spiritomb, Axew, Impidimp, Magmar, Riolu, Lucario
That
Hollow.
actually might be worth something.
And is that a Garchomp reverse hollow behind it?
Yeah.
Oh, those are some good Pokemon right
That
there. Maybe
Lucario
those are
might
worth
actually
something.
be worth something.
Maybe those are worth something. Who knows? Who knows, bro? And then these are all the nice base Pokemon cards that we got here. Sheesh. All right, and we'll set all that stuff over there. We'll set the bases over there, get them off screen, and now what Mikey's been waiting for.
Yeah, I've been eyeing that the whole time, bro.
The footy ball.
I just keep on like looking to the left at the football box.
So we got 3 blaster, or not 3, not 3 blasters. 3 blaster exclusive green and yellow prism die cuts in here. All right. Remember, we've been averaging about 1 numbered card a box, 2, which they don't advertise, but that kind of seems to be the ratio, and it usually comes as a die cut, that number card. Hopefully it's good. It's supposed to be a pretty juicy product, and so far we've gotten fat L's. So that's got to change at some point, right? Or it doesn't,
It's gonna
and that's
change
the
right.
way it
Well, it's gonna
is.
change right now.
Right, freaking now is when it's gonna change. So.
Yeah.
We're
Wait, so
supposed to
what rookie
get
year are we talking?
6 packs, 2021. So Mac and stuff like that.
Mac. Okay.
Trey Lance and
You're about to pull an auto to Justin Fields as he's on the rise.
oh, I mean, that'd be pretty sick. Can't lie about that. That'd be cool. Jacob Harris. Ooh. Adrian Peterson. A Fred Warner die cut.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Freddie boy. And then a Jared Dokes rookie card. Is that club level? Yeah. That's cool when our club level is Jared Dokes.
Really cool.
We didn't want anybody good with our club levels or anything like that. Heck no. We wanted Jared Dukes. Tony Gonzalez. You definitely have a die cut in this thing. It feels weird as hell. I'm back. Zach Davidson. Hidden talent Sean Randall. Die cut. Select. Who are you? DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah.
It's like silver. That's kind of cool. I guess silver club level die cut. That's actually pretty sick. We'll
Might be
put
worth a couple
sleeve-
bucks
We'll
at
put a
least.
sleeve on that one for D Hop.
Might be worth a couple bucks at least.
We don't like the Cardinals around here, but D Hop's pretty damn cool. So Najee, Zeke Man, DK Metcalf, and then another club level of Terrace Marshall Jr. They be lighting it up with the club levels. So far, we only have one of our 3 guaranteed green and yellow die cuts. That silver Hopkins should not count as far as that's concerned. Antonio Gibson, Aziz Ojolari, another one of our green and yellows is Amir Smith Marset, bro. Let's go.
So he's a big player right there, dude.
And Simi Fahoko. Bruh.
This is rough.
Hey.
D Hop leading
Well,
the
you gotta
pack.
risk it. You gotta risk it to get it. Literally no biscuit, bro. That's what the saying is, right?
Yeah.
Devontae Smith, RC, Sam Darnold, Tutu Atwell, and then Jalen Ramsey club level. We love Jalen Ramsey on this podcast.
No,
Absolutely love him. Last pack should have a green and yellow die cut in it. We haven't gotten a numbered card. I have a sad feeling that DeAndre Hopkins silver right here is replacing our numbered card. Which that would be really bad. But maybe they're both in here. Who knows? Maybe this is the juiciest pack. Davis Mills, we finally got a quarterback.
Yeah. Not the one you
The
want.
one you want too. Justin Jefferson. Our green and yellow is
Oh
that
my
Ian Book?
gosh.
Ian Book, let's go, bruh. Sheesh. And then Jalen Darden.
That was an L, dude. That was such an L.
Oh my god.
Like, you probably didn't even make
Talk
$5 back,
about-
dude.
I would have been better off buying a lotto ticket, honestly. Ain't no way I would have won the lotto either, but still, like, Jesus.
But dude, this is bad.
Bro, our third best card is probably a Devontae Smith, just base ass rookie
Dude,
card that's worth like 50 cents.
we didn't get any of the quarterbacks, dude, out of all of that. Like, what?
We got Davis Mills, bro. What are you talking about? What are you
not
talking
counting
about?
him.
Why are you disrespecting Davis Longneck Mills like that, bro? Have you seen how long his neck is, Michael? Look at that thing. Long.
Homie could
bro.
definitely appear at you over the stall.
Yes, sir. That was. I
An
mean,
L?
fire up the explosion sounds, Michael, and the bangs and stuff like that to throw in there off the soundboard, because that's what that was.
That was. That was bad,
Oh
but
boy. That was bad. That was tough. Someday I'm like, we're gonna have a really good day, but not today.
We've had like the past 3 or 4 times. It's been pretty rough. Like it's been a while since we've actually
Oh yeah,
like the last
it's
one
been
was
L
what
City, bro.
I think the last one was what that Mac Jones, right? The Black Ice or whatever it was.
The hyper
It was a
Mac.
hyper.
That was like 2 months ago, bro.
Why do I keep on thinking Black Ice?
I don't know. I'm not you. I can't say that. Why you keep
RP.
thinking that?
All right, let's get it. All right, guys, and that is it for episode 39 of Sonoran Sports Cards. Went over the FIFA Cup group stage. There's a lot of teams there. A lot of teams that probably shouldn't even be there, dude. Let's be honest. Um, so we talked about that. A couple games starting up. Remember, they are starting early. So if you're going to want to watch soccer games, you're going to have to be prepared to wake up at like 6 a.m. and even 3 a.m. if you're trying to watch every game. We talked about the football, NFL. It's basically just all over the place right now. I mean, with teams that are doing good and aren't doing good, teams that should be doing good that are not doing good. It's a giant mess right now. We did our picks and yeah, and then we opened some cards and took a fat L. So I hope you guys liked to watch that. But as always, guys, if you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and then make sure to hit the little notification bell. That way you can see when we go live. Join us here in the chat. We will always try to keep up with you as much as we can. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys